Welcome to the InfoWars Nightly News. I'm your host, Jakari Jackson. It's September 3rd, 2014, and let's get straight into our news tonight. Our top story, instead of monitoring ISIS, Obama spied on Americans. And that very much is the case with the NSA data mining centers. But the thing about these issues is that even though President Obama will come out and address the nation and tell everybody about NSA data mining, people still think it's a conspiracy theory that the government is spying on you. Even though we've talked to whistleblowers like Wayne Madsen, we've heard the revelations from people like Edward Snowden, saying that the guys at the NSA are so busy looking at your naked selfies and reading your sextings, they don't have much time to do anything else, anything of relevance. So now we have top pundits coming out. Judge Napolitano, he comes out on Fox News, on Fox and Friends, and he does not mince words when he talks about this very important issue.
I think that the president, and this is just my opinion, is more concerned with wanting to know what Americans are doing rather than dispatching our intelligence agencies to find out what people who really can cause us harm are doing. And that doesn't keep us safe, it just keeps us less free.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I also want to point out something in the article. The tweet from Fox and Friends. It says President Obama received detailed and specific intelligence about the rise of ISIS in his daily briefings for at least a year. Because you always hear about the plausible deniability. Oh, I didn't know, or I have a big government, or I have all these moving parts. And yes, he does. That's one of the reasons why he may consider downsizing his government. It seems like he has more people that he can take care of. Now, but something that is being taken care of to an extent is finding out who is releasing these ISIS terrorism activity videos. Sought video found by group responsible for releasing fake Osama bin Laden video. The video was first obtained by Site Intelligence Group, also known as Site Intel Group, a relatively under-the-radar yet apparently very powerful nonprofit research body that monitors jihadist movements, reports USA Today. One of Site's founders, Rita Katz, is a government insider with close connections to former terrorism czar Richard Clarke and his staff in the White House. In 2007, Katz and Site allegedly discovered and sent the Bush administration an unreleased Osama bin Laden video. Previous Osama bin Laden videos were released and exploited for their propaganda value by Intel Center, a private contractor working for the intelligence agencies based in Virginia. So, you guys hear about all these Osama bin Laden videos, and I'll say that some of these things were very suspicious and looked very theatrical. And what I mean by that is you see a video and they say it's Osama bin Laden, but you've seen a previous video of a guy who is, very tall, Middle Eastern gentleman, has a gray beard, and then you see this video of somebody who's like 10, 15 years younger, must have been using just for men because he doesn't have any gray in his beard. But the whole thing stems from the more recent video about the beheading from ISIS, one of the more recent beheadings. Because you guys remember is last week, the week before, we saw the beheading or the alleged beheading of James Foley. I have not seen the video. It's the same thing with this most recent thing. I haven't had a chance to see the full thing. Some people say they've seen it, other people saying it's fake from the jump. I don't know. I can't really comment on something I haven't seen. But as far as Sotloff, they've been caught in dealings with the Bush administration, pushing some things that were not exactly accurate to the official narrative. But something that is accurate, a straight shooter, General McInerney, we helped build ISIS.
Some of those weapons from Benghazi ended up in the hands of ISIS. So we helped build ISIS.
But people just can't seem to understand how we're funding and creating our own enemies here in the United States of America. Now, understand, I'm not saying every threat, everybody we face is somebody that we created, but we've seen Mrs. Clinton talk about the Mujahideen, say we created these guys for a particular task, and then when we didn't know what else to do with them, they just became our enemies. We've seen the hashtag I Didn't Join campaign, when soldiers said, hey, I'm not going to be part of a military that funds the al-Qaeda rebels on Monday, fights them on Tuesday, and then becomes their air force on Wednesday to go out and fight Assad. And I'm not saying Assad's a good guy, but the guys in the military had enough foresight to realize they were being used as pawns in this larger scheme. So good luck to them. But this is something that you definitely need to understand. And if you ever see Obama or anybody who's in charge of these operations, say, why do you have us funding and then fighting our own enemies?
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. And now you can protect yourself from corrupt cops with the InfoWars dash cam. It's your car's black box that records all that the driver sees and hears. And introducing the Block It Pocket. It renders your phone undetectable while protecting your private data and your health. Or take back your privacy and protect your personal information by getting your very own Detractor cell phone pouch. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.